Brickyard 4736, sorry about that. I thought United had cleared well before that.
Somebody asked in one of my previous videos if air traffic control has these hazardous behaviors. You know, the ones that are for pilots: anti-authority, impulsivity, vulnerability, macho, resignation. Air traffic control shares some, if not all of those traits as well. I would say one of the biggest ones for air traffic controllers specifically is expectation bias, which is basically we have a strong belief that something is expected to happen, and we assume it will. And as controllers, we have to fight against expectation bias every single day. How do you fight against expectation bias? Don't assume that the pilot is going to read back the altitude correctly. Possibly in this case, don't expect the runway to be clear, even though we are going to assume that it will be. I don't want to assume that if there was a communication breakdown in the tower, what happened? Again, I'm not a tower guy. Expectation bias is a very easy trap that air traffic controllers can fall into if they aren't fighting against it every single day. When a ground controller requests a taxi across an active runway at a specific taxiway, the local controller will scan the runway and approve it if he can. The expectation is the pilot is not going to miss the exit to exit that runway or to cross that runway. So when the local controller looks out and sees that there's nobody at that intersection, he's assuming that the runway crossing is complete. There are procedures to combat this. I'm sure LaGuardia has an ASDX, which is basically an airport surface detection radar. You're pumping airplanes and your eyes are telling you that the runway is clear because where there's supposed to be an airplane, there is not. That creates an expectation bias in your head. Again, I'm not pretending to know what happened here. This is just my observation. Let me know your thoughts and comments down below, and don't forget to follow for more.